Hi, this is Micornus Phokane, the leader and the founder of Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are wrapping it up with this part 5 of this great topic where we're dealing with building trust with others in life. Building trust with others in life. The first thing that I want to embark on today is if you want to build trust with others, you must do and say what you believe in. You must do and say what you believe in. And this is a very important point because many times we say things we don't do. Sometimes we do things we don't say them. But it's very important that whatever you say, you don't just say, but you do it as well. But also, I want to emphasize the fact that it must start with belief. So whatever you do, you must be believing in what you're doing. Because if you're going to do things that you don't believe in, you are then pretending. Then you are then not yourself. Then you are then cannot be trusted because you can change tomorrow. Because whatever you're doing, you're not believing in. But when people do things that they believe in, they become authentic in nature. They become genuine. Because what they are doing, it can be read even on their faces, even on their behavior towards it. And that is why there are many people that will talk about crocodile smile and things like non-authentic smiles and so on. Those type of talks come out of people that do things that they don't believe in. You just smile for the sake of smiling to people, but that cannot be genuine because it doesn't come from your heart. But what you do is if you are smiling because you believe in smiling, it is going to show up to the people. They will see that this is authentic smile. They will see that this is a real you. And you are actually expressing it from the depth of your heart. People will see that. And that is exactly what we're speaking about when we say do and say what you believe in. So it cannot be that you do things that you just do them for the sake. There are many times where you are being coerced by friends. You're coerced maybe also by peers as well. That's what we call peer pressure, whereby somebody does things just because their friends are doing it. You just do something because your friends have pushed you to do it. Now, as a young man, start learning to have a backbone. Start learning to become yourself. Start learning to stand firm against all the winds that are blowing and all the spheres that are pushing you into doing things that you don't want to do. So don't find yourself doing things and then regretting thereafter and crying and say, but they've made me to do it. Nobody should make you to do it. You must do it because you believe in it. And whatever you do and believe in it, it becomes very authentic. Now, many times we have seen young people that are actually accepting the Lord as a personal savior. You're becoming a Christian because somebody has actually convinced you to do so, or they've coerced you rather to do so. Now, I would advise you as a young man that if you are going to be trusted, you must believe in it first yourself, that this is what I want. When you say this is what I want and you believe in it and you receive it and you do it because you believe in it, it becomes so authentic. It becomes something that we can see in you because you become committed in it. And we have spoken about consistency here, and I want to emphasize that consistency comes out of a heart of believing in what you're doing. Because when you start to believe in what you're doing, you become consistent in it because there's nobody pushing you. You are doing it because you love doing it. And we do things that we love because we are believing in it. Because this works for me and I will do it. So as a young man, learn to do things that you believe in. Now, when I'm saying that, I'm trying to also say, don't be coerced by friends into doing things that you don't want to do. Because many times we speak about peer pressure, that you've had people or young people that have actually pressurized you in certain areas of your life. They've pressurized you to do things that you don't want to do. And you have actually launched yourself into those things. And therefore, you are regretting today because you have done things that you didn't want to do. And therefore, you are not trusted because you are doing things that you don't want to do. And I want to emphasize as a young man, do and say what you believe in. Secondly, be honest to other people, please. Be honest. Don't wishy-washy. Don't dilly-dally. Don't say things that are not. Don't go around and around and while you want to say this particular thing to people. Don't be afraid to confront people and tell them your honest heart, how you feel, because that will build trust. Don't keep quiet when you are hurt inside and you are hurt by your own friends. They've offended you, but you are afraid to confront them because you don't want to hurt them. That's not being honest. Now, being honest is that ability to be bold and stand up and say, I'm going to approach this and I'm going to face it head on and I'm going to make them aware that I am not happy. I'm going to make them aware that I'm hurt and I'm rising up to the occasion and I want to make sure that they know that they've hurt me. When you start to do that, that's being honest to other people. And people start trusting you because they know if you keep quiet, it's because everything is okay. But because they know that if something is not okay, you'll rise up and you'll say it out. That's being honest. Now, honesty is whereby you say your mind. Honesty is whereby you say what is in your heart, and comfortably so without compromise. Because if you're compromising and you don't say things as they are, then you are compromising. And because you're compromising, then you're not going to be able, I'm emphasizing that, you're not going to be able to be trusted by people because they would not know your mind. They would not know how you feel. They would not know how you view other things. But when you're honest with other people, you are able to tell them your views. You are able to tell them your mind. You are able to tell them how you feel. And you are able to tell them your emotions as well. And when you do so, remember that they will trust you because they would know that you're honest with them and you are clearly saying things that are not sitting well with you. And that's very, very key as a young man. And I hope that you'll learn out of this and you will be honest with other people. And that builds trust. The other thing that builds trust, as I close, is show your authentic self. Don't become someone else. Don't imitate others. Don't try to become somebody. So not becoming self. We have seen it in young people that have actually been launched into things that they don't like doing. And as I say, some are in prison today, not because they wanted to do what they were doing, and they've been arrested by police not because they wanted to do what they were doing, but because they've been called by friends and they were not authentic selves. They are afraid to become authentic selves. So therefore they did that which their friends wanted them to do. Now, because of that, then they've launched themselves into problematic situations. They are being arrested, they are in prison today, and therefore they are blaming others while they had volition themselves and choices themselves and decision making themselves that they could have decided and say no. Because when you become authentic self, you are able to say no to no. And therefore you cannot agree to everything when you're your authentic self. There is that inner voice in you that speaks to the authentic self. That speaks to you as an individual. That makes you to say, I cannot do this because me says I cannot do this. There's that inner voice that you must follow. If you want to be an authentic self, follow that inner voice. Please do as that inner voice say. That is an authentic voice. And sometimes you don't need to really try to listen to others, what they think first, but be authentic self, and then people would know that this he likes, this he doesn't like. Don't do things that you impress people with. Because when you impress people by doing some things that you don't like to do, they don't know the authentic self, which is you. They don't know what you wanted. Therefore, they will actually misunderstand you and start thinking that it is the authentic self that is doing. Let's give an example. If you go to the shebeens or to the bar with people that drink alcohol and you don't drink alcohol, and therefore, you go in there, you say, no, I'll just take soft drinks and so on. And you accompany them every time, every Friday evening, they go clubbing. You go with them, but you don't drink alcohol. And therefore, you say, no, I'm just giving them company. I'm just keeping company of my friends and so on. You know that because you are not being authentic self. There's nobody who will trust you because they don't even know what are you doing there because you're not doing what they're doing. So because of that, that breaks trust. And it makes them not to even trust you at all because you're with them in a place of drinking alcohol, but you say, I don't want to drink alcohol. Be the authentic self. The authentic self says you don't drink alcohol. Don't even go there. So therefore, be your authentic self and people will trust you for being your authentic self. I want to end up here today Your host, Micornus Phokane, the leader, the founder of Young Men Empowerment Forum. I believe that you have learned quite a bit out of this, and it makes a lot of difference. And you shall never be the same. I want to wish you all the best as a young man, as you get to develop and build relationships with others based on trust. And I'm sure I can wish you good luck from here on. Before I check out, I want to remind you of our Facebook page, Micornus Phokane, Facebook page, Young Men Empowerment Forum. Don't forget to please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Young Men Empowerment Forum, and also click notification buttons in all those platforms. And as you do, you'll be reminded when we've posted videos of this kind. But also don't forget our TikTok account, which is speaking to you as well. And we've got a lot of materials there posted. And I believe your life shall never be the same again as a young man. Allow me to check out right here and wish you all the best as a young man to become a better young man of the future. May the good Lord bless you. Allow me to check out and say cheers for now.